Hi everybody. So not too much makeup on because it's getting to be the end of the day. My lips are getting kind of dried out here, but I left it in the SUV. Oopsies. Anyway, I am in the next rest stop. I already showed you the first one on the video, and I'm still in Oregon State. So I'm now at the second one. I passed one up in between. It looked a little too small. And like I always tell you guys, you know, if it feels kind of like maybe don't go there, don't go there. So and that's how I felt about the one I passed up. A little bit too small for me. A lot of people were there already. It was kind of crowded. I'm like, nah. So it's at 37 more miles. I went down the road and I'm at this one now. It is early. It's only about 5:07 or 5:15, somewhere around there. But it is pouring. I mean, downpour. Now, I just looked at the weather. It said it'll stop for like 10 minutes and then it's going to start back up again. And when you look at the weather for here in Oregon, I think I'm in Harrisburg. It's called Harrisburg. It's just downpour, 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 downpour. And it's supposed to do that all night. And it's supposed to do that in the morning. So it'll be like that when I go to leave. And then it'll even get windy around 11 a.m. So you know I want to get out of here long before then and be up the road closer to California because it is horrible. The rest stop that I'm in now is bigger. I'm not giving you a grand tour because I'm already in the Teardrop trailer. The problem with this rest stop is that there's no specific place for trailers or for like a car with a teardrop. You know, in my case, SUV with a teardrop. So I feel like I'm taking a spot away from the truckers. And I don't like to do that. So if you are a trucker, I'm sorry, but I don't know what else to do. I don't or cannot go where the cars go because I'd have to go across and then I take more spaces there. So, and there's no extra spot. And the one that was before this was a little Slim Shady. My first one was nice, but it was too early. I mean, I'm going to stop at noon, right? So I drove up to about almost 4 o'clock, and then I want to just get in the Teardrop trailer, lock the SUV up, you know, cover all the windows and such, and get stuff out that I needed, bring it in here, because I didn't want to do it when the gentlemen are pulling in with their rigs and parking, because I know there's a truck behind me here, and there's one, I think, on the other side. He went a couple spaces over. A lot of these guys will sleep now, and then you'll hear them around midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and they'll start to pull out. And, you know, they'll leave early, but they go to bed early, so they can leave early. I've used the restroom a couple times, and I'm going to have to figure out how to go potty in here. That's going to be a challenge. Because as you can see, I'll give you a mini tour here. That's of course, the pass-through thing that I have. I put those sconces up there. Now they stay, believe it or not. The clock is staying just fine. It was funny because what fell out, the bottom one stayed, and the other two I found, you know, knocked over. Candles out of them. They're not real candles, they're battery operated, so no harm done. But that was there. I had a light. I don't know if you can tell. Maybe not. I had a light up there on the seal. Yeah, there's the white round thing. Well, that's where the light was. But, so the bottom or the base of it stayed, but the rest of it fell off. So that was here. Another one I just had placed, you know, because I didn't want to stick another one up on the ceiling to be in my face. So I just set that down. But that fell off. And I know that happens when you have, you know, you're driving. I get it. My little fishy pillows that are down here, they're all lined up. I do that to kind of cut the draft. Plus, this is my fishbowl, remember? So, but they were all over the place. So they went swimming, apparently, when I wasn't here. I'm leaning on the door. And over here, my poster's been fine. My bed's been fine. There's Jesus. I always, you know, keep him around with me. And then my refrigerator over there, my little mini one from Walmart, that stayed just fine in there. And even the basket on top, because I had used the Gorilla Tape to tape it down. So that's all good. So yeah, and then I have a Jackery in the bottom to run that fridge, but I'm not running it yet because I have like the ice pack things, and I have them in with the food. So the food's fine. And I actually made food that I probably could heat up because I have the lunch box that heats up when you drive. I have to do that yet. I'm going to try that because then that way, you know, I have spaghetti, but I also have a salad too. So I can eat the salad too before I eat the spaghetti. But yeah, so that's what's going on. I am not walking around and giving you a tour because all the truckers are pulling in. I knew they'd start pulling in about this time. I'm like, yeah, no. So I don't want to be doing that. I don't want everybody to know my business, what I'm doing. So when you travel, don't do that. And, you know, you kind of give a general location. Like, you know, I'm in Oregon. I told you the city. And somewhere off the highway on one of those places. But here's a teardrop in me. So that's all I'm going to say about that. And, you know, my travel buddy, she's here. She's sleeping again. So she's always taking a nap. I'm going to have to find a way to scooch in the bed. And then she's not going to like that, but she's going to have to move. She's so happy where she is right now. So, and I may lay across this way instead of going up and down the other way. And just if I'm not off, who cares, you know. I'll put a blanket over me and call it a day. Because I'll be warm enough. I've got an electric blanket. Like I said, I think I'm going to try it and just see how that works. But plug it up to a power bank and go for it. So, but yeah, so that's what's going on. If the weather weren't as horrible as it was, I probably would have stayed on the road longer and gone to the rest stop after this one. But I did stop at this one last year. I did remember it when I got here. And, oh, by the way, in Oregon, you can stay at rest stops for up to 12 hours. And after that, you're supposed to get out. Well, the lady was locking the one bathroom, so just for your information, when I got here, and I asked her, I said, hey, would it be okay if I stay here? Because, you know, the weather, I don't want to keep driving. And she's like, no, it's fine. I said, so I probably won't get up though in 12 hours because it's 4, you know, so I wasn't going to get up at 4 in the morning. I said, so I just kind of want to stay here and then get up when I get up. Oh, she said, don't worry about it. That's fine. Because I think they realize, you know, I'm not trying to like live here. So she was okay with it. And one thing about Oregon, they always have attendants at these rest stops. So she ended her shift and a young man came on and he already cleaned the bathrooms again. So they're always clean. They keep an eye on them. It's well lit. I'm not complaining. So all is well. But I am going to try to go potty in here just because I'm surrounded by truck drivers. And that doesn't mean they're bad, but it's just, I feel a little weird, you know, like, oh, I'm going to go walk over to the ladies' room now. You know, with all these guys here, it just feels a little weird, so that's all. But I'll keep you posted, and I'll put up another video the next time around, and you'll get to see what I'm doing then. So you had a little mini tour of the teardrop on the inside now, and I have my Reflectrix, of course, and my other door has that curtain with my fish on it, and that's barricaded, so I'm good there. Everything else is locked. I mean, everything's locked. Right? You know, I barricade myself into. So anyway, that's what's happening. So check this video out. Share it out. If anybody's traveling, say, hey, if you got a teardrop or you're traveling, hey, this is what she does. That's a motorcycle, not a truck. Oh, that was noisy. And some people are. You know, you get to these rest stops and you're like, okay. But anyway, you meet all kinds, right? But I'm going to be quiet, stay in here, mind my business. And I already had a little snack. And in a little while, I'm going to lay down. And I have a tendency to fall asleep really well, either in the car or in a thing like this. So I think if I can get that heated blanket running, oh my gosh, I'll just cuddle up and go sleep. My camper pad is heating, and I am sitting on it in the bed, so I know the bed will be warm inside. So then it's just a matter of putting the other blankets over, and if I'm still chilly, I'll just use that other one. But it's not as cold as it was when I first bought this thing, and I was doing all the experiments of trying to sleep in here. And the dog is fine. So it's just you hear the rain. And we're going to hear the rain all night long, all night, all night, all night long. Remember that song? I ain't so old anyway. So, but yeah, I remember it, obviously. So you guys, I am going to get off of here and just chill, read my Bible, watch somebody else talk instead of me talk. But do be careful if you are traveling. Ladies, if you're, single, alone, and you're traveling, I always have my dog with me. She's the biggest alarm system, and everybody looks because she really barks loud. But still, have your weapons handy. I do. And usually nobody bothers you, though. I mean, 9 times out of 10, they won't. But it only takes that one. So be prepared. Be careful. You don't have to tell everybody what your weapons are or where they are. Just have them handy and available if needed. It's really noisy out there right now, so it's not like they're having a trucker party, but that's okay. I mean, because they're trucks, not because people are crazy. They're not. Anyway, I will talk to you guys in the next video. So please be safe and get to know Jesus if you don't know him. Have him in your life and your heart would be my advice. And talk story to God. So say a prayer. Say a prayer for me, because I'll be on this road again tomorrow and probably one more day after that. I'll keep you guys posted on what's going on. Hopefully it's more sunshiny in California from what I understand, because it's not in Washington or in Oregon. It's like, bleh. So it's just the way it is. But you guys, I will definitely see you in the next video. Remember, love one another as the Lord loves you. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the next video.